Hello everyone, it's Raven's Guardian, back with a new series today. We're using Assassinins Creed Brotherhood. So we're continuing on with our Assassin's Creed franchise run here. We've completed now Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 2, and the next one in line here is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So just like before, in Assassin's Creed 2, there are some elements of this game that are not really kid appropriate or kid friendly. So if you're a parent that is putting this on for your child, just be advised that this is not a game that is, I would say, probably appropriate for younger children, but as a parent, that is your decision to make, and I won't say one way or the other about it. So hopefully you enjoy this playthrough, and let's get into it. Of course, we're going to watch the early video as always, and as soon as that's over, we'll get into the game.
Ezio Auditor. Brave of you to stand alone against me, but also quite foolish. Assassin.
All right, so that was the video there, and as always, it seems to get better and better every single time we go into a new game. And that makes sense. As the games get a little bit better, obviously they're going to get a lot better when it comes to the video and graphics. All right, so let's just make sure everything is on here before we continue. I want to make sure everything is turned all the way up, because we have the ability to do that, which is rather nice. And I think we're ready to rock. All right, sounds good to me. All right, so we have the all the subtitles and everything on there, so we don't have to worry about it. Everything's going to be in English. Obviously, we're not going to do the multiplayer stuff because multiplayer doesn't exist for this game anymore, so just keep that in mind. All right, so let's get started here. And as always, we're going to change this out. And put our name in there.
I don't think anyone ever expects to wake up one morning and find themselves caught in the middle of a war between two secret organizations. I know I didn't. But here I am. On one side are the Templars, better known these days as Abstergo Industries. They're in the business of control. Politics, economics, technology. They won't stop until every single one of us serves them. Literally. Fighting against them are the Assassins, a group dedicated to safeguarding humanity's free will. I was born into the Brotherhood. couple of weeks ago, the Templars found me. They took me prisoner, strapped me into a machine they built and put me to work. It's called an Animus. And it's where I spent most of my time. Exploring the memories of my ancestors, discovering entire lives locked deep inside my DNA. First, I revisited the life of Altair ibn La'ahad, an assassin from the Crusades. The Templars wanted the location of something known as a Piece of Eden, an ancient artifact capable of bending people to their will. Once the Templars had what they were looking for, they decided my usefulness had come to an end. But Lucy saved me. Lucy. When things were at their worst, she revealed herself to be an assassin and helped me escape. I was hoping that would be the end of my misadventures, but we were just getting started. Back into another Animus I went. Now, I'm reliving the memories of Ezio Auditore da Firenze, my ancestor from the Renaissance, searching for a path forward. Through the bleeding effect, I'm becoming an assassin in more than just name. It will come in handy as the Templars prepare to enslave us all. They found us. They've crashed our hideout and we're fleeing the scene looking for a place to hide. Only there isn't any and time is running short. My name is Desmond Miles, and this is my story.
So that was a nice little recap there of everything that happened in the first two games. All right, let's see what happens here. Well, it looks like we're in the middle of a fight. As everything builds in here.
How did you find me?
Mario Auditore led me here.
Almost got him.
Rebecca? What's going on?
I have to run some diagnostics. I'll get back to you.
All right. So again, Uplay isn't a thing anymore. It will pop up probably from time to time, just based on the different things that can be unlocked. But
It is done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
all right, we're in the Vatican in December of 1499. This is exactly where the game, the second game, left off. So we are now here. All right, let's take a look at Ezio Auditore. I know that we've read this in the previous one, but we'll see if they made any changes to it. So date of birth, 1459, profession is an assassin. Well, this experience has been quite the education. Although there's nothing in the history books following Ezio's disappearance from Florence as a teenager after the execution of his father and brothers, we now know that he fled with his mother, Maria, and his sister Claudia to his uncle Mario's Tuscan villa. Trained there as an assassin, he prepared to hunt down the Templars, the men behind the execution, and hunt them he did, killing them one by one until he reached their leader, Rodrigo Borgia. With the help of his uncle and the other assassins, he discovered Rodrigo's plan to open an ancient vault beneath the Vatican, supposedly leading to God himself. Ezio defeated Rodrigo, entered the vault alone, and communed with a projection of Minerva, a member of the ancient race that existed before humans. This all sounds very far-fetched when I write it out like that, now doesn't it? Fortunately, we have the Animus records to prove it, so we didn't dream it or anything. Unless we're all in a dream right now. Pretty interesting. All right, we're back. So I guess there was just some edits that we had to do with some of the graphics, but we got it fixed, so everything's good now. All right, so we're going here. That's where Rodrigo was laying, and he is now vanished. Looks like the papal staff is still intact, although the apple is gone, which is interesting.
Better in the hands of the earth than in the hands of man.
Uncle.
What can I say? We sent a single man against an entire army. I was worried. Quick, climb up. We have to get out of here.
Alright. Let's turn our Eagle Vision on. Now we can see how to get out of here. Yeah, the graphics changes in this game are pretty sweet compared to the previous game.
You would not believe the things I have seen, Mario.
Then be sure to stay alive that I might hear of them.
I expect opposition.
And I expect the Borgia to mourn the loss of many lives tonight.
Alright, here's Mario's update. Let's see. Date of birth 1434, profession condottiero and noble. One of several important condottieri patrolling the Tuscan countryside, Mario Auditore was a born leader. He began his military career as a 6-year-old when he played a significant role in the Florentine and Milanese conflict at the Battle of Anghiari. While on an expedition to Monturkey with his father, he alerted the Florentine general Micheletto Attendolo to the appearance of several dust clouds over the road, which signaled a surprise advance by Milanese troops. Thanks to Mario, the Milanese attack was foiled, and the Florentines won the battle. Although Mario sided with Florence during the Anghiari, for most of his career he defended the interests of his hometown, Monteregione, derailing Florentine attempts to seize Tuscan territory. While Mario's younger brother Giovanni moved to Florence in 1454 to pursue a career in banking, Mario stayed at the family's villa in Monteregione, stating in a letter to Giovanni that he preferred fighting like a man to filling out balance sheets. After Giovanni's death, Mario brought Ezio, Claudia, and Maria to the family villa and taught Ezio about the conflict between the Assassins and Templars. Ever since, Ezio and his uncle have been inseparable. Alright, so let's follow Mario here.
Che cosa fate qui? Assassini! God will see you pay for your crimes! You have desecrated the sanctity of this holy place!
You condemn what you do not understand.
We must go, Ezio. Now!
Alright. Here's the Cappella Sistina, although, again, we probably read this, but just for the sake of this playthrough, I'm going to read all of these. Inspired by the architecture of Solomon's Temple, the Sistine Chapel is the most famous room in the Apostolic Palace, the Pope's Vatican residence. The chapel's famous ceiling frescoes were only begun in 1508, so no climbing across the finger of God, but the wall paintings that line the chapel, painted by Pietro Pellegrino and Sandro Botticelli and Domenico Ghirlandaio, among others, are an ample consolation prize. As the Pope's personal chapel, Mass is frequently held inside, as are the papal conclaves, which occur after the Pope's death. Cardinals are locked inside the chapel and are not permitted to leave until a new Pope is elected. Only through smoke signals sent up a chimney to announce the new Pope can they escape. And worst of all horrors, no cardinals, unless ill, can be attended inside by more than one servant. That's just cruel. Yep, so that's exactly the same as before. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm sure we're going to fight somebody out here, so might be a good idea to get our sword and stuff ready.
Did Rodrigo manage to hurt you?
Barely. My armor blunted his attack.
All right, here we go.
Ready to fight.
What are you doing?
Saving you from the look of it.
Not bad for an old man.
Agreed. You still have some skill.
Buona questa.
Excellent.
So it looks like we still got the ability to counter just like before, which is good. Because we're going to need it. Nice. The one thing that I do like in this game is they included basically chain assassinations, which is pretty nice. So you can basically flow from one person to the next, killing everybody pretty quickly. Which is a nice little addition there. Oops, almost hit my uncle there. Not what I was trying to do. I feel like the free running is a lot more fluid in this game than in Assassin's Creed 2, which is rather nice. There are some things that feel a little clunky still, but for the most part, it's pretty smooth. I don't know what that was. That was kind of weird. I just fell down for no reason. Okay. There we go. Whoops. What if I, Speaking of the clunkiness, there you go. Yeah, I don't want to rush my uncle and knock him off because that probably would end the quest, so not do that. Oh, okay, I guess I have the Apple of Eden.
This decision is yours alone to make. Only do so quickly. Give it to me. You can do with it as you will later.
Bene.
Jump!
And that was one of the quickest intros to Assassin's Creed game. Although they do have an intro, I don't think the other ones had one, to be honest. Much shorter than something like Valhalla's, which takes like 40 minutes or so, or even up to an hour before you get to the intro screen there. Alright, Monteriggioni, January of 1500. Must have took us quite a while to get back.
And then Minerva talked.
Alright, before we get into what he was saying there, Monteriggioni, built in the 13th century by the overlords of Siena, Monteriggioni was actively involved in the defense of Tuscany against Florentine attempts to gain more territory. At the front of this conflict was the Auditore family, who became the city's rulers and protectors. It was the Auditore who constructed Monteriggioni's famous walls, which can still be seen today. Although standing in opposition to Florentine desires, the Auditore had cordial relations with the Medici family, largely due to their collective Florentine roots. Monteriggioni successfully withstood attacks from Florence until in 1554 the city was betrayed. Giovannino Zetti, The keeper of the garrison in the Florentine exile was allowed to return to Florence in exchange for the keys to the city. Extraordinarily, the Auditori were allowed to continue their rule of Monteriggioni under Florentine leadership, showing that the Medici do not forget their friends.
About the sun. She told of a disaster that occurred long ago, and another that is coming.
Sometime far in the future, Vero? Then we need not worry about it.
See. Perhaps our work is finished.
Would that be so bad? We upgraded the arsenal while you were away.
Ah, and it is now customary for you to fire cannonballs at visitors.
My apologies. We only installed them a few days ago. My men are still being trained in their use.
Everything but these horses' tails are pretty nice graphics-wise. But, you know, the game is still early on, so it's not like we can expect perfection at this point. I mean, we're still talking, you know, late 2010, or early 2010s, I should say. So, just keep that in mind. Nice thing here is we can ride our horse into the city. Remember I was complaining about that in Assassin's Creed 2? That was one of the things I was like, man, I wish we could do that.
Ezio! Look, it is Ezio! Let me see!
Buongiorno. It's good to be
Look at
home.
the two of them.
This place just keeps getting better.
Thanks to you.
Brother!
Claudia. It is good to be home. How is mother?
She's fine. I heard you were returning, but I'm glad to see it with my own eyes. The Contessa of Forli is here to welcome you. I had no idea you were so famous.
Caterina? Here?
Is it finished then? Is the Spaniard truly dead?
Gather the others in Mario's study tonight. I'll explain everything there.
Steel yourself, Ezio. They will have many questions.
Claudia, tell the Contessa I look forward to seeing her this evening.
Alright, Claudia Auditori. Born in 1461, she is a noble, the third child of Giovanni and Maria Auditori. The first girl in the family, Claudia lived a privileged childhood in Florence high society. After the murder of Giovanni and her two brothers, all that changed. Claudia, Ezio, and Maria fled to Monteriggioni and the safety of their uncle Mario's villa. Claudia remained in the villa, caring for her nearly comatose mother, while Ezio set off to avenge the murders. A record book recovered from the archaeologists reveals a relatively unexciting existence. Between the months spent managing the villa's finances, brief periods of activity were supplied by Ezio's visits and the renovations she was able to carry out with the money brought back from his travels. Under her care, the town blossomed, ushering in a new era of prosperity for Monteriggioni. Claudia, however, remained cut off from the world she loved. To hear Ezio's adventures only reminds me of my own lack thereof. This is not the life I dreamed of as a child. Ezio does not understand. He treats me so delicately. I despair of ever emerging from this prison. She writes in one of her particular poignant letters dated in July of 1495. Alright, we, I guess, have some quests that we need to take care of. So if we look at our mini map, it's showing us down there in the bottom right. There are 3 things that we need to take care of, so let's go ahead and do those. First one here, looks like we're probably going to have to carry something.
The men in this town are no better than little girls. An army should be helping me. And look, no one.
Need some help.
Salve.
So many flowers. Your husband must be very lucky.
I am the lucky one. I have you here to aid me.
Let me see what I can do.
Back there, I may have given you the wrong impression.
Oh?
I have no husband. The flowers are for a party.
Am I invited?
To Claudia Auditori's birthday party in the villa. If you are willing to help me again, I need someone with class to accompany me.
What makes you think I have class?
I could tell the moment I saw you. No one in this town walks with such bearing. I'm certain Ezio Auditori himself would be impressed.
Oh? What do you know of Ezio?
Claudia thinks the world of him, but he rarely visits her. From what I gather, He's distant.
She is right. I have been.
Alright, Villa Auditore. Constructed in 1290, the Villa Auditore is an important medieval predecessor to the early Renaissance architecture. The villa's wonderful symmetry and ordered geometry were a revelation for its time. After the Florentine attack in 1320 left a facade damaged, Domenico Auditore, Ezio Auditore's great-grandfather, purchased the villa, although he publicly admitted to a renovation of the facade and the addition of the painting gallery. He orchestrated a complete restructuring of the interior in secret, designing his home to double as a fortress and training ground, looking out both over the city that it protects and the Tuscan plains. Domenico was more than just an architect and a warrior. He was also a skilled engineer. Recently discovered hidden compartments and rooms with mechanisms blocking entry are several unique features of the building that make it a technological marvel as well as an architectural one.
Oh no. You? The party was intended to be a surprise. Promise you will not tell Claudia.
What will you do to keep me quiet?
I am sure I can think of several things.
I'll be waiting to hear them when we get there. Now about earning my silence.
I have something in mind. There is one condition.
Anything.
You must wait until tomorrow.
If it pleases you, I will not stand in your way.
It will be worth the wait, Ezio. Trust me.
Oh, Ezio, always playing the ladies. Such a terrible, terrible thing. Alright, on to the next one here.
Buongiorno.
Ezio, Mario is going to murder me. I have lost his favorite horse.
Do not despair. I will bring it back.
God bless you, Ezio.
Alright, well, we gotta catch this horse, so see if we can get it before it decides to run away. Nope. So you're gonna end up chasing the horse around all over the place, basically to get it to settle down a little bit and then allow you to climb on it. There we go. And we'll take it back to the stables.
Here.
Grazie, Ezio. I can no longer keep up with the horses. Promise me you will enjoy your good health. Do not spend as much time in battle as your Uncle Mario.
My battles have already been won.
That is good news. Arrivederci, Ezio.
Or so you think, Ezio. Or so you think. We all know the truth. There wouldn't be another game if that was the case. Next one, I think, is actually inside here. There we go. Alright, mercenaries. Mercenaries were highly mobile in Renaissance Italy, moving from contract to contract. Professional captains, called condottieri, usually paid for by cities, recruited men for a fixed amount of time. Many of the for-hire soldiers who served in Italy weren't even Italian, coming from places like Germany, Switzerland, and Hungary. In their perpetual struggle to dominate Italy, the Italian states hired mercenaries to wage war against their Italian neighbors. And the soldiers, many of whom had no code of honor, would often rape and sack freely. When the state that was bankrolling them ran out of money, the soldiers would disband, frequently to be hired to destroy the very city that they had just fought to defend. Some mercenaries were honorable, fighting for a cause they believed in, but men such as these were few and far between. Where they existed, however, they were much sought after. Alright, let's talk to these guys.
So, these are the new cannons?
Yes, Signor Ezio.
May I try one?
Yes, but... Go on, tell him. We cannot seem to make them work properly, and the fool who mounted them is nowhere to be found.
Then it is up to me to find him.
We do not want to waste your time.
It is not any trouble. I have all the time in the world now.
Alright, so we gotta find the engineer. Looks like he's over here on the wall somewhere, so let's go find him. Well, there he is, taking a nap.
Salve, Messere. We need you to fix the cannons on the battlements.
Leave me be. I do not begin repairs before noon.
Do you know what time it is?
I make cannons, not clocks.
If you are busy, someone else will fix them.
Uno momento. No one else will touch my cannons.
Then come fix it.
Soldiers have no respect for artillery. They expect a gun to work like magic. You need to feel her out. Give her a little encouragement. We are only equipped with simple cannons now, but I got hold of a design from France, a hand cannon. Something called a wrought iron murderer. Imagine firing a cannon from your hands. That is the future.
Alright, so we're almost back here to the cannon, and then hopefully that'll fix it.
What have you done?
We used them.
They were not ready for firing. You could have gotten us all killed. Let me see.
His breath is more fatal than our cannons.
Only when you two fools are shooting them. There, try it.
Alright, fire at the target dummies.
Aim at something to test the alignment.
Alright, let's give her a go. Well, interesting. So,
Aim mechanism is fine. The problem must be behind the cannon.
I see what you're getting at. Very funny. So, like, hitting some of these, like this one over here, is kind of a little bit difficult. You just kind of have to aim above it a little bit. The arc isn't exactly true. For some of these, though, like those, where you can just get a straight shot, it works just fine. And there we go.
Perfect. At least someone here knows how to shoot. Now, for the other one.
I must go.
Thanks for your help. If you hear the cannons tomorrow, do not worry. We will be practicing at dawn.
Too bad it will not do you any good.
Very funny. Now fix the second cannon.
Alright, so there we go. We've now completed all those, so now we can go ahead and get down. It looks like we need to head up to the villa.
Insomma, have you taken a blow to the head?
Buongiorno, Ezio.
Caterina, to what do I owe the pleasure of your presence here?
I desire an allegiance. The papal armies have resumed their march on Forli. Your mercenaries would be a great asset to my cause.
It is likely that I can give you what you seek. But we will talk later. Mother. Machiavelli. It is done. Though not, I think, as any of us expected. I entered the Vaticano and faced Rodrigo. No! Used the power of the papal staff against me, but I defeated him. Combining the staff and the apple, I gained access to the vault. There, a moving painting of the goddess Minerva spoke. She told of a terrible tragedy to befall mankind in the future, but gave hope of lost temples that will provide aid to humanity. And then she called out to a phantom, Desmond, as if he were there, standing beside me. After her warning, she vanished.
Amazing.
I cannot imagine such wonders.
The vault did not house the terrible weapon we feared. This is good news.
What of this goddess, this Minerva? Did she appear human?
Yes, but her words proved otherwise. All of her kind died many years ago. I wish I could show you the magic she performed.
Who is Desmond, and where are these temples Minerva spoke of?
I do not know.
Perhaps we must search for them.
Tell me how it ended with Borgia. Did Rodrigo beg forgiveness? Make excuses? Promise power in return?
No, none of those things.
Interesting. I'm surprised he remained so composed.
I let him leave.
The Spaniard lives? Once our enemies are dead, we can speak of vaults and gods and ancient places. You should have killed him. We're sure to suffer for it.
I am not here to debate the past. Together, we should discuss the future.
No. I am leaving immediately for Roma.
Ezio, I do not know why you spared him, but I trust your judgment. Machiavelli will come around.
Or he won't. Alright, Maria. Let's read hers. Maria Auditore. Born in 1432, she was a writer and a noble. Tomorrow I will make the torta bolognese. I leave to pick up the eggs and meat from the market and will be back in time to open the bakery as the sun strikes the top of the courtyard. How privileged a life we lead. It is hard to remember on such a day that what is given may also be taken away. These are the final lines of Maria's diaries. Born into the powerful banking family, the Mazzi, Maria is one of the most famous historical sources of the time period due to her multi-volume diary, which has been translated by several notable scholars and is on display in the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. Now, thanks to the Animus, we know why her diaries ceased. After her husband Giovanni's arrest, during which Maria was mistreated by Florence guards, she entered a semi-catatonic state, cared for by Ezio's sister Claudia at the Villa Auditore. She remained silent for years until Ezio brought her a bundle of feathers he had collected during his travels, an activity that her youngest son, Petruchio, once engaged in. Brought back to life by Ezio's gift, her temperament has been improving steadily since. And Niccolo Machiavelli, born in 1469, was a philosopher, writer, and politician. Unarmed prophets have always been destroyed, whereas armed prophets have succeeded. These cynical words were written by Niccolo Machiavelli, one of the greatest minds of the Renaissance. Considered a pioneer of realist philosophy, he believed that all men were evil and will act upon their vicious nature if given the chance. The third son of a Florentine attorney, Machiavelli was tutored by his father in grammar, rhetoric, and Latin. In 1494, he entered government service as a clerk and an ambassador. Made a member of the Florentine Diplomatic Council, he was sent to the courts of France, Spain, and Rome between 1499 and 1512. It was during this time that he met Cesare. Immediately taken with the young captain general, Machiavelli wrote, "I can find no fault with him." Machiavelli followed Cesare, learning his approach to war until 1500. Then he became a de facto leader of the assassins. From 1500 to 1503, he settled in Rome, although little is known of his activities there. And in 1503, Machiavelli was put in charge of the Florentine militia and the city's defense. He recruited dozens for his militia, preferring men who had a stake in Florence's continued success to dispassionate mercenaries. His strategy seemed to work in 1509 when Florence defeated Pisa. Machiavelli continued to participate in Florentine government after the Medici family was chased out. But when the Medici returned, they arrested and tortured him. He was accused of conspiring against them. Unable to find any wrongdoing, the Medici exiled Machiavelli. He retired to his estate in Santa Andrea, where he wrote his famous works, The Prince, the Discourses on Livy, and the Florentine Histories. Machiavelli died in 1527. His place of burial remains unknown. And Caterina Sforza. Born in 1463, she was a Countess of Florely and a noble. A countess by marriage, Caterina was notorious far before she ever arrived in Florely. Raised in the court of Milan, she received a classical education while tutored in the art of war by her father, the Duke. At court, Caterina also acquired a passion for alchemy and hunting. In 1473, when she was 10 years old, Caterina became engaged to Girolamo Riario, the Pope's nephew. They consummated their marriage when she was 14. Once in Rome, she was heralded as one of the most outgoing nobles at the court, while her husband had a reputation for being one of the most ruthless. With the premature death of the Pope's brother, Girolamo gained even more power, securing the titles of Lord of Imola and Florely. When the Pope died, looters sacked Rome, destroying Caterina's residence. Unafraid, despite being 7 months pregnant, Caterina rode on horseback to the Castillo Sant'Angelo and defended the Vatican with cannon, fire, and soldiers. In 1484, she moved with her family to Florely, paid off by someone with a grievance against her husband. The Orsi brothers killed Girolamo in 1488. As a result, Caterina became the ruler of Florely and Imola. She wasted no time winning the favor of nearby rulers, revising the tax system, and training the militia herself. Although she advocated peace when those around her were hurt, she dealt fierce vengeance, frequently killing enemies' wives and children in punishment. In 1499, Cesare, in his quest for territory, decided to return to Florely to papal rule. Side note, the papacy claimed ownership of the most regions in Italy. These lands were lent out to rulers, but papal troops could march in and reclaim them at any point, much like the libraries set out to burn down the homes of those who kept books checked out for too long. As Cesare marched toward Caterina, she sent the Pope a friendly letter that had been rubbed with the sores of plague victims. It went downhill from there. As the assault by papal forces became inevitable, Caterina snuck out to Florely with a small company of soldiers on Christmas Day in 1499 and journeyed to Monteregione, seeking armed support from Ezio Auditore. Well, that was rather interesting. Alright, looks like we gotta go upstairs. And it's time for Ezio to take a bath, I guess.
Welcome home. Ready to go again?
You don't need to ask.
One should always have the freedom to choose. Shh. What's that?
Probably just training exercises.
Mierda. I have to find Mario and rally the troops.
My men are in the courtyard. I aim to lead them around back and flank our attackers.
Stay out of sight.
Alright, looks like the villa is under attack, which is unfortunate.
It's the Borgia!
How did we not see this?
They must have massed to the east during the night. We need to hold them off until the townspeople have escaped.
I will take care of it.
Use the cannons above the rampart. I intend to lead a frontal assault.
Do you have it?
I am keeping it safe. The Borgia must not be allowed to breach the walls until everyone is safely away. Insieme per la vittoria.
Insieme. Uncle, be careful.
I will.
Alright. I think we've already read... Yeah, we already read this. Okay. Alright, so we lost the armor. We lost the sword. We lost our Notch Senkeda. And our double blade. And the medicine pouch. The poison vials. Looks like we lost everything. Which is not ideal. Lost our smoke bomb pouch. Knife belt. We lost it all. Alright, city fortifications are failing as we expected there. Alright, so we're going to go over here and man the cannons. We might take out these ones over here because it looks like the ones over there really aren't firing too much. But these up here are doing some significant damage. I can't go any more that way, so we'll go this way.
Destroying us.
Now we gotta let all these villagers flee while we can. Alright, we gotta get over the other one now, because that one's destroyed. Destroy as many of these cannons as we can. Alright, 55 people still gotta get out. Alright, that's all the cannons that we can now destroy. But we're still getting hit from somewhere. Maybe over here. Alright, I guess we're gonna fight some of these guys now. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about with the being able to just go from one to the next. It's rather nice, nice adaptation there. There you go. And these guys you can break their defense by kicking them and then take them out. There we go. Ooh, man. There we go. Alright, gate's coming down. And there's that Mario, and he doesn't look so good.
I know you're there, Ezio! The Pope told me about you and your little group of assassins. And this! Give me the gun his friend fashioned for us! We've had too much bloodshed. I think a cleansing is in order. So consider this an invitation from my family to yours.
Basta! I can walk.
Look out! They are coming! Everyone, retreat to the villa!
I cannot fight like this.
Stand with me!
Oh, yes, we can.
Get here!
Seem to be fighting just fine. Or not. Alright, more people to fight. Again, I don't know why I just randomly fall down like that.
Put that dog down!
There we go. Well, I'm not going to let Claudia get hurt. Alright, come on, Ezio, get up here. Where's Claudia? Oh, she's over here. Okay. Oh, she's right there. Yes, hit your sister. That's a good idea.
Get inside the sanctuary! Follow me!
Dude, what the heck? All right. Yeah, what a team.
I will hold them back.
Stop! Wait for us!
We thought you had been killed, Sir Ezio.
Not yet.
Where does this passage lead?
To the north, outside the walls.
I am surprised it exists. Let me through. I must go help the troops.
Hurry,
Alright, thieves. Renaissance thieves were usually wanderers who could vanish at the first sign of trouble, making it hard for guards to track them. Black market business in Renaissance Italy was booming. Muggings in other major cities were fairly common, as were murders. Often strollers were attacked in the dead of night, killed, robbed, and then rolled into the nearest river or canal. Even if a thief merely stole rather than killed, the penalties if caught were often unduly harsh. Torture was common. Thieves were put in the stocks and sometimes even publicly executed. In order to avoid punishment, the thieves often created bonds of trust among each other. Each was supposed to tell the rest of his dirty secrets, which meant that each thief potentially held his comrades' lives in his own hands. Alright, time for us to get out of here.
Is she all right?
I am here, Ezio.
Grazie a Dio.
I could not leave without you.
The way out will be dangerous. Protect our mother.
Where is Mario? I thought he would be waiting for us.
The Borgia infantry are circling the town!
Mario is dead. You must leave this place. Take mother to Firenze. Get me a horse!
You are not coming with us. Where are you riding?
To Roma!
Go, my son. Destroy them. But remember for whom we assassins fight.
Yeah, Ezio ain't looking too good. And with that, we have now finished memory sequence number 1. We'll continue on here because I believe we're going to get out of the Animus and have some things to look
Lucy,
at.
I
Yeah,
can't
okay.
seem to get a position on Ezio's POE.
POE? Could one of you tell me what's going on?
Sorry, Desmond. Peace of Eden. In the Vatican, Minerva talked about other temples, that they're the key to preventing whatever terrible thing is about to happen to the Earth.
Right.
To find the temples, I'm convinced we need to get our hands on Ezio's Apple of Eden. Minerva altered it somehow when she touched it.
Wait, we're at the Auditore Villa.
Yes, it's our last safe house in Italy. It turns out the Templars are watching the border.
Ezio hid the POE sometime in 1507, but when I try to access that DNA sequence, he seems to be remembering something else.
Like a memory inside a memory?
Yes, exactly. Maybe.
Exactly, maybe.
I believe you experienced something similar back at Abstergo, didn't you?
Subject 15 exhibited memory within memory-like patterns, but she was pregnant. The memories of both the fetus's father and mother were competing.
Desmond's not pregnant, at least as far as I can tell. Might just have had a big lunch.
Can you skip ahead to a later memory?
No, it doesn't work.
Well, that sounds familiar. We couldn't access Altair's later memories until Desmond had improved his synchronization.
Then it's possible something similar's occurred here. Ezio's troubled state is being transposed onto Desmond, destabilizing the memory. Either that, or Rebecca's just not a very good engineer.
Thanks, asshole.
What? I'm simply listing possible explanations. And that is amongst the most likely. Touchy?
This place isn't secure. Cell phone surveillance can see right through the walls.
Don't you mean satellite surveillance?
Are you kidding? Abstergo upgraded his cell towers ages ago. The waves go through everything above ground. They're gonna find us.
No, they aren't. Come with me. There's a beam blocking it from the inside. We're not getting in this way.
What's our next move?
The road just loops back into the highway. This is not a good place for us to be right now.
Do we have any tarps? We need to cover up the van.
I really hate to stress this, yeah, but we are running out of time.
Well, help us then, Sean. Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. Maybe there's another way into the sanctuary.
Hey, I think I've got something.
We can see Ezio's ghost.
Desmond, that was pretty awesome.
It just felt natural. We can get in through here.
Good job.
We'll just wait up here then, shall we? Yeah, all alone with massive targets painted on our backs.
Calm down, Sean. Calm down. Alright. Wander around in the dark.
Just turn on.
It's great to be out of the Animus.
This isn't exactly my idea of a good time.
Well, let me guess. You're more the in-bed at 6 type.
What? Desmond? I know how to have fun.
Oh, that's very convincing. Yeah, I'm convinced.
Okay. After we save the world, I'll show you.
Wait, can I get that in writing?
We have light.
Alright. Sweet. So it looks like we get to find our way to the...
Run! Get out before I soldati catch you! Correte! Go!
They escaped through here.
What?
Ezio and the villagers. After the attack, I can see them now.
I know it's difficult, but try to compartmentalize, Desmond. Focus on the present.
What if I can't stop the visions? How long before I start painting symbols on the walls?
Don't joke about that. 16 is dead. We're focusing on the present, okay?
Great, it's stuck.
I can get under there.
Ready? Any chance you can lift that gate?
Not unless you want me to end up like that skeleton.
I'll find a way around.
We just did that to begin with.
I can drop into the corridor below through here.
Watch out for bats.
Where?
I meant in case you see any.
Remind me not to make you a lookout. Desmond?
More ghosts.
I'm here, okay? Stay with me.
Did anything fall on you?
No. Is Mother all right?
Desmond, we can't climb this.
How about you give me a boost?
That's a bad idea.
I could throw you into the air and you grab the ledge.
Even worse.
Follow me. How about this?
What are you going to... Nice job.
I aim to please. I wonder how old these tunnels are.
Middle Ages, probably. Luckily, the beams still hold our weight.
After all this time in the Animus, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but you're really getting fat.
Ouch.
I even told Rebecca to widen the Animus.
Seriously?
No.
Up we go.
Ready.
Alrighty, let's find the next one.
You know, when I came here last...
When Ezio came here.
Yeah, I meant Ezio.
I shouldn't put you through all this. It's not right.
Hey, all joking aside, I'm having the time of my life. And it's thanks to you.
Just focus on where you're
She
going,
just jumps
okay?
down.
When did this become my job?
If I pulled all the levers, then what would be left for you?
Nothing.
Nice try.
Ready?
Jeez, almost crushed her.
Found a switch!
Something's open.
I'm stuck over here, but I can see a lever across the water.
Great. Ezio gets a bath with Katerina Sforza, and I get a swim in a toilet. I've got this one!
There's another lever up ahead. Come over here.
Oh man, it's freezing!
Stop whining.
It's easy for you to say. You aren't swimming in medieval toxic waste. Ugh. I smell terrible.
You're exaggerating.
Ooh, that was weird.
Remember, this is the time of your life.
Yeah, yeah. Ready?
Go for it. Okay, release it.
How come you don't have to get wet?
Because you're here,
Charming.
aren't I?
I've got you.
Thanks.
Ezio! We are on the other side! Hurry!
Cazzo! Dio mi salvi!
Great. The bridge is out. We can't jump this.
I have an idea. You'll have to help me. Stand at the edge and get ready.
Ready?
Made it! Let me see.
Oh, you go on ahead. I'll just stay here to die in the dark with the bats.
Jump across.
Nice work.
The bats will be disappointed.
For now.
Soldati, I have found an entrance.
You'd think these stairs would lead somewhere.
But they don't.
Well, life is full of disappointments.
Is she not coming across?
I'll wait here.
Good. Let me just go and get that bridge down for you.
I did the last one.
And I'm sure that will be your last one.
Haha, very funny.
Got it!
Thank you, Desmond.
No, it's her turn.
Now it's my turn to even the score. There.
Thanks. It's a start.
Do your magic.
My magic. Must be down or over here. No, that's not what I was trying to do. Alright, there we go.
Up you go.
Thanks. We make a good team.
Okay.
Come on, Desmond, let's go. I can see the sanctuary.
There we go. Made it to the sanctuary.
Wow. He looks so old. Ezio must have come back here way after the attack. But why?
Desmond!
Right. Let's open that door.
Can't sprint. He's just a slow jog up to the door, I guess. Oh, there's some numbers here.
Can you open the damn bookcase, Desmond?
You guys did it!
About bloody time. What's that?
Looks like something Ezio left behind. There are numbers underneath it. 1419, 1420, and 1421.
Maybe you should lie down for a bit.
No, it's all right. I'm fine.
Whoa, they really built this place to last. No signs of structural damage, no cell signal either. Should be safe to set up. Let's get the Animus down there.
Okay, everything's good here. Sean, hide the van in town, and make sure you aren't followed.
What is that smell?
It's my clothes.
They smell like you swam through a sewer.
It was Lucy's idea.
Wait a second, guys. We need power down here. There's a line running nearby I can hook into, but the wattage is weak.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Anything else you two would like? You know, some caviar perhaps? Maybe you'd like me to knit you a lovely hat? No? Fine, follow me.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna power couple some stuff off the Monteriggioni grid, and then that should power the Animus, I guess.
Right, look around Monteriggioni for circuit boxes. Rebecca's little doodahs, they'll reroute small amounts of electricity to the power line underneath the villa. Don't ask me how they work. If I understood that, I wouldn't be the fella hiding the van.
Alright, so we're gonna find 4 of them. One of them's right here. Alright, we gotta find another 4. There is a artifact that's up here on the roof. If it'll let us climb up there and get it. So, we'll see if it'll let us. May not be available just yet, but usually right over here is where you'll find the feather box. So it's not here right now, so we'll have to come back later to get it. Alright, so we'll go into the town, we'll find these other 3 boxes, and then we'll have all the power we need. So you can use your eagle vision to find them. Obviously, you just follow the power lines and you'll probably find it. You don't really need to use your eagle vision if you don't want to. Alright, there's 2 of 4. Alright, here's another set. They go over here somewhere. So you can see it like that. You can see where it goes, but then it's like, okay, well, where does it go after that? Just wraps around this building. And then kind of terminates there. Well, they're around here, you just have to find them. And there's tons of them. Like there's another set. And there's a power box. Alright, so there's 3. We need 1 more. And there's the last one. And now we have full power.
I'm back.
Just in time. The sun's rising.
Yes, it's booted. We're good to go.
Did you miss me? No? Anyone? Hello? Am I speaking out loud? Hello? Workaholics.
Let's get started.
Alright, so this is where we'll leave off for today's episode. So we basically have completed everything. They're going to take us back into the Animus, show us some of the details of the Animus, and we can pick up with that at the beginning of next episode. So until then, hopefully you guys enjoy this first episode, and I'm really excited to get into this series, and hopefully you guys are too. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.